and I did miss one, Chairwoman Williams' bill, so we'll go to that now. It's an act related to courts and civil procedure, court administration. It requires, it's House Bill 5379 for the record. It requires that the selection pool for court-appointed receivers be composed of at least 10% of receivers who are persons of color. Chairwoman Williams.
There are a number of receivers throughout the state that have been getting appointed by judges on the bench. And these are well-paying positions and projects that they get appointed to. And let me tell you, unfortunately, not one of them making all that money is a person of color. Not one of them. But it is often, you know, you have a project, you appoint, you name, and it's like, here we go again. A hookup from the floor by someone who is supposed to be representing justice on a daily basis, but really is not. So 10% is a little to be asking. It should be of every other one that's been appointed that we get one as well, if not two.
Any questions of Chairwoman Williams on House Bill 5379? I do not see any. So then that would conclude the testimony on House Bill 5379, and it would conclude the Chairwoman Williams portion of our calendar. Chairwoman Williams, thank you for your presentation. And I know I speak for the members of the committee that whether we say it or not or express it in an appropriate way, we do need you to come here and each year and tell us what you feel in reference to the representation of, it's not your community, it's our community, and our community of African Americans and other minorities. And it's, you provide the conscience for the House of Representatives, and for that I thank you.
And I appreciate you stepping up and making your words clear to not only to the committee members, to myself and all who is viewing this hearing this evening. But I have to say that in as much as, you know, the sidebar conversation that I get from my colleagues, you know, you're so right and you're on point. It's unfortunately disappointing that those same words are not being said publicly. And I can understand that maybe some of you are not comfortable coming up front because of fear of being backlashed. Because as it used to be said, you know, back in the day, if you was supporting people of color, you know, you was deemed a lover, and I'll spare you from using the word because you squinge, but you hear it on a daily basis and it's normal. It feels okay. But I'm gonna say it. I'll give you the pass this evening, but you know exactly what I'm saying. And I appreciate the conversation on the side, but it's worth even more for others to hear you, to see that you utilize your courage to step up and say, this is wrong. I know what you all are looking for is just as important, but you know what? You've been at the forefront, at the trough eating and benefiting for more than enough time. And it's okay to step aside so that others can benefit too. Others that look like me, that work just as hard and represent justice very fairly. So when it's said, look, we got to do it. This is our people. Prove it. Show it.
Thank you, Chairwoman.
Thank you all.